Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So it's been a while since we've done an unboxing and it's time for another, and this time we're looking at a pistol. I've been waiting for this thing on pre-order for quite some time and finally it's landed. Yeah, I had it pre-order a couple of months ago and I've been waiting for it to come from Hong Kong. By the time it gets past all the silliness with the postage and then it gets through customs and everything else, but finally it's here, and it is the new pistol from Action Army. And it's called the AA-01 Assassin, and it's a gas blowback pistol that looks a little bit like a Ruger, but we'll get onto that in a minute. So let's get the box open and have a look what's inside. Remember, if you like the content, give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe, and let's get on with this. Okay, so here it is in a brown box. Now you may notice we have got as in black. So this is how it comes. A little bit of information on the front, a little bit about Action Army. So let's have a look at what's inside the box. So first up we have our instruction manual. Pretty big for a pistol instruction manual, but it's the usual kind of stuff. Showing how it works, how to switch to the semi and full auto, but more of that in a bit. There's loads of mags, the safety, how to gas it up, all the usual stuff, little bits and pieces. So I'm not sure what this is here. Replacement of the safety one. Right, yeah. So you can swap it out from left to right. So yeah, pretty cool little, look, an exploded diagram. But other than that, pretty cool little manual actually, I like that. And on to the main event. So let's get it out of the box, because there's nothing else in there. We've got a magazine and we've got the pistol itself. So let's get out of the box and have a proper look. So this thing looks a little bit like a Ruger 4, a bit like this. Now, it's not a one-to-one of a Ruger 4, but you cannot mistake its similarities, such as the way it's charged at the back here. Pretty similar stuff. This gun is made completely of polymer, but it's a really dense, high-grade polymer, and it feels really high quality, really nice in the hand. I almost don't care that it's made of polymer because it feels so good. I mean, look at the detail and the perfect mold lines, or lack of mold lines even, in the actual grip and the texturing of it. You've got several types of texture, from the pyramid style through to sort of a rough. Then you've got the hexagons and you've got a straight across here. And you'll notice the seam lines from the moulding are very faint indeed. It's a really nice polymer. It feels really solid gun. No wobbles or rattles. And it comes with, obviously, a gas magazine. Now this is essentially a Tokyo Marui Glock 17 mag. It's virtually identical. So, stick it in. Now this thing isn't that light, and it has got a fair bit of heft to it. It's not a heavy gun like some gas blowbacks, but for what it is, for a polymer gun, it is pretty chunky. And like I say, it's got no wobbles, no shakes. It's absolutely solid. It feels really nice. We've got this Glock style trigger with a safety at the front there for when you let go, for the fun times. We've got ourselves a safety on the side here, which is difficult to reach, so you have to give it a bit of a press. It's like tucked away in this recess here. So you're not going to accidentally press it, but it's easy to reach with your index finger on the other side if you want. And equally, if you're left-handed, you can flip it over. You've also got an ambidextrous slide release. So when the gun is cocked, both sides, it slots forward. Now you don't get a loud crack like you do with a normal gas blowback. It's far more subtle. It's actually quite quiet, but it has gone all the way forward and it's solidly gone home. So let's pop the mag out again, fire it off. So we've gone through the trigger, we've gone through the release, and we've gone through the safety. What you do have on side here is your mag release, and again you can flip it over to go on the other side. So it is truly ambidextrous, which is really nice little touch. So nice one, Action Army. We have also got a nice fibre optic sights, green and red, looking really good and very clear and very bright. So that is again a really nice little bit of a quality touch. At the back here we've got a button. We can press the button in and that should release the top. Now we can now pull this forwards and out it comes. So we've got essentially our top slide and barrel. We've got our mechanism inside. Now, I was going to take this onto the bench and take it apart, but unfortunately, I've got a gun that's in bits all over my bench at the moment and no space for it. So it's going to be a bit tricky. But this is actually pretty solid, and this might be why this is known to, or supposedly going to have some accuracy, because if you notice, the barrel and the hop unit are solid. They're not floating around like the usual sort of gas blowback gun. They're actually held in place by bolts. That is a nice touch. I like that. I really like that because it means it gets rid of all that slop that you get in your hop up and your barrel that causes inconsistencies and inaccuracies. We've got our nozzle, loading nozzle, and our actual nozzle unit there, which is pretty standard looking. It doesn't look particularly unusual to me. It looks very normal kind of gear in there. But I do think that barrel and hop unit idea is a brilliant way to go. And I'm led to believe it's compatible with Tokyo Marine upgrades. So all your Glock 17 in your VSR style hop up rubbers should fit in here, or so I'm told. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. Now, if we look at the base here, we can see our safety there. Now the safety can come out and be flipped around and put back in, so you can have it on the other side, and so can your mag release. And again, really nicely finished, high quality parts in there. It doesn't look cheap, it's come oiled, it's not dry, nice bit of lubrication in there, and it all looks really clean and really high quality. I'm really impressed with this. No nasty finished edges, no burrs, nothing bad. And then to put it back together, you simply get the top half, slot it onto there, press the button in and snap it back together, and that's it. We're done, ready to go. So next up, trigger. So let's cock it and see what the sensitivity is like. Now obviously it's locked in place like that, so pull it back, all the way back. Okay, that's where it's going solid. So that is our take up there. There you go, solid, quite a hard pull. Oh, and there you go, click. Okay, so let's try that again. Okay, so it's actually a really nice smooth trigger pull once you get to the brake. So this part here, it's okay, it's nothing special, nothing to write home about, but it goes solid. There's no sponginess, no squeeginess, it's just solid, and then it goes click. So it actually feels really nice. So though it is a long trigger pull, but when it breaks, it feels really good, it feels solid. So let's try it with some gas in. Okay, we've got some gas in the mag. Obviously, going to lock back. So, hold this down. So, let's see how we go. So, it's literally resetting straight away. There you go, reset, 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 reset. That is a nice trigger. That is actually really good. So, knock that off. Now if I do this and flip it upside down, we have a switch in the back, and this is the fun bit. So we've got single shot at the moment, but we've also got full auto. But to appreciate it properly, we're going to need some BBs, I think. Okay, so I've put 22 rounds in the mag and it's gassed up and we're ready to go. So let's put some micro on and see what this is like. So first off, we're going to try the single shot. Run. I really like that. I like the action. It feels good. So it feels nice quality. So let's try this out. Make sure this is in shot. Oh, that feels so good. It's really crisp, really smooth. I really like that. That's good. That feels brilliant. Now the only thing is, if you want to swap to full auto, it's not something you'd necessarily do in the field because you're going to have a bit of a pain doing it. So we'll empty the mag out, and to swap this over, what you do is you pull this back. There's a little switch in the back there, and it takes some moving. It doesn't feel like it wants to go at first, but then it goes across. And I think the more you do it, the easier it'll get. Okay, so now we've flicked the fun time switch, we're going to give it another go on full auto. So let's see what this is really like. Okay, that took me by surprise, that did. That is actually much quicker than I thought it'd be. And we have dumped the mag, it's gone. This thing is really cool, and that was effortless, that was really good. So let's just see how far we can go with what's left in the mag, as far as the gas is concerned. Okay, so we're all out. We're all out of gas. Now, I think you could say you'd probably get 1.5 out of a mag. Maybe, actually no, I think you'd probably get 2 thinking about it, because we dumped 1 mag pretty much with single shot and then the full auto. I reckon we'd probably get, with a full mag of gas, you'd probably get 2 full auto dumps out of it, which, to be fair, at that rate I think is acceptable. You can live with that. But if you want to have some real fun with the full auto, you can get an extended mag. Now, in reality, I probably won't use the full auto a lot with this. I think it's more of a bit of fun, really, just messing about. But the thing with this gun is it's pretty modular. What they're going to do is start bringing out accessories. So you're going to have tracer units, which you can fit on anywhere. I mean, you have got a nice counterclockwise 14mm thread on the front, so you can fit a suppressor if you want, or more importantly, more useful would be a tracer unit. You have 2 holes on the top here, which will be there for you to fit a rail, so you can get yourself a mini sight on the top, or you can have a rail on the base here. There's another 2 holes for you to fit a rail, so you can have your torch on the front or your flashlight on the front. You've got some kind of thread at the back here. I'm not sure what that's going to be for. Probably a fancy way of cocking it on the back here, a change to the cocking handle. You can get a stock is coming out for it, so you can use it with a little stock. So you imagine you stick all of your accessories on here and you've got yourself a nice little sort of submachine gun, or you can keep it as it is and use it as a pistol in single shot. And I think for me, the single shot is so smooth and so nice. Yeah, the full auto is hilarious, but the single shot is really smooth and it feels really good. So what I want to do now is take it out and try it on the range. Now, I wouldn't usually bother testing pistols because I usually set up my target at 20 meters. Usually I don't bother with pistols because you can't really see a lot. So what we're going to do though is we're going to try it out, because this feels so good. I reckon we might get something out of it. So let's give it a go. Okay guys, so that was it. It wasn't bad at all. So this is the target at 20 meters. This is what it looks like. Now that is firing standing up, not resting on anything, just firing directly at the target from 20 meters away using the iron sights and nothing else. So with a gas blowback, that isn't actually too bad. You imagine that is way below a man-sized target. And once the hop and everything's bedded in, or maybe even getting the hop dialed in a bit more, I haven't even touched the hop yet, then I think that grouping could come down. A lot of that is down to my movement with my hand between each shot. So that is actually pretty good. I wouldn't scoff at that for a pistol. For an AEG, I'd be screaming what a pile of junk it is. But for a gas blowback pistol at 22 meters, I'm happy with that. So that's it, guys. That is the Action Army AAP-01. Now, if you've never heard of Action Army before, if you're new to airsoft and you're looking around, Action Army is a new name to you, don't fear. Action Army are quite well respected in the airsoft world. They are better known for making high quality upgrade and aftermarket parts, particularly for sniper rifles and things like the VSR-10. So if you're out there and you've done any upgrading to VSR-10s or any of their clones, you'll know who Action Army are. Their hop units are used a lot of the time, or even in the ASO2. I have them in both two of my sniper rifles, and they perform really well. Action Army also make other parts, upgrades for AEGs, for obviously the sniper rifles, and different bits and pieces. And they also release their own sniper rifle, and that seems to be a really nice gun. It's a VSR-10 base, and unfortunately I've not been able to try one out. I really would like to have a go at one and certainly do like an upgrade of one. It looks, with all of the Action Army parts, I think that would be really good and really interesting thing to do. but they a bit of a slow burner. Not many people seem to have them. There's not many of them around, but it's a shame because I actually think they deserve to sell a lot more. It looks a really good quality product, and this is no different. This is a really nice quality pistol. I am really impressed with it. As soon as I saw it released, I knew it was a bit of an oddball, but I knew it would be good because Action Army don't mess around. I get the feeling they're a company who care about their products, and it certainly seems to come across in this pistol. It's a real winner, this is. I think with a little tracer unit on the front, maybe a few longer mags, or even just standard Tokyo Marui G17, Glock 17 mags, I think you're going to have yourself one hell of a pistol. The only thing we're going to think about is a holster and how we're going to carry it. Okay, here's my go-to for all of my unusual pistols, and that's my Warrior Assault Systems universal holster. So let's try it in there. Okay, goes in. It's a success. The only thing I'd say we need to be careful of is the magazine catch is pressing on the release. So is it going to suffer from the dreaded 1911 syndrome? It does. You have to give it a bit of a press, but it's capable of losing the mag. So that's a shame. Yeah, that's a shame, because otherwise it fits perfectly. But if you lean against the wall, something like that, compress it, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a mag pops out. So you can actually see, if I press on the other side of here, mag release, you can actually see it being pressed down. So that's a shame, because I think you're going to be restricted there. Of course, the other way to do it is to swap the mag catch round onto this side, and you're not going to have a problem, but then you're going to have some strange goings on. So your muscle memory might take a bit of a beating with that one, but it is possible to do. Alternatively, it may be a Kydex holster solution. I think this would really suit a Kydex holster. Now, that's whether you can get a Kydex holster for it. So the only real way around that is to make your own, which gives me an idea. So maybe that's what I should do next, is make my own Kydex holsters and say, look guys, this is really easy, or cock it up and find out it's really difficult. So that's that. Okay, so there's one thing left to do, and that's to chrono it. So we've got some 0.2 gram BBs, and we're going to give it a shot and see exactly what this is making. And just for reference, we're using, I've left it downstairs I think, we're using Nuprol green gas for this, so we'll see what it looks like. So that's actually fine, a little bit hot for UK fields. Although it's not actually, no, it's fractionally under, but the odd one did pop over the top. So you'll just have to be aware of that. And it may be worth using some slightly lighter gas, but then it is pretty warm in here. It's about 29 degrees outside at the moment. Well, but no, probably about 27 actually, but it's about 29 degrees in the room. So it's, yeah, it's a little bit hot in here. I think when the weather cools down a little bit, it'll be absolutely fine. But we'll have to watch that during the chrono. So I'd say maybe use a slightly lighter gas when it's warm outside. But there is no denying this thing is really impressive, and it feels so nice to shoot. We'll just finish off what we've got in here, and it locks back. It is a really, really nice quality gas blowback gun. I am super impressed with this. I really, really like it. It feels solid. It feels nice. It's got some weird ergonomics, if I'm honest, compared to many pistols. When you hold it out in front of you, it does seem quite tall, made particularly so by the sight, but you've got to remember these sights are set up for a silencer. They are tall sights to make up for the fact if you have a silencer or a trace unit on the end, you're going to want that little bit of extra height to help you see over the top of them. And you can sort of see that that is pretty normal, I think, for that type of pistol. And I can see why it's called an assassin, because it is reasonably quiet when you're firing it around other people. With a normal gas blowback, you get a clatter of the slide. You don't get that with this. It's not silent like a Mark 23, but it's certainly got a slightly duller note to it, but it sounds solid. It sounds really nice. No pinging, no jinging, no springs bouncing. It sounds really good. And I love the way the barrel is locked inside there, nice and tight. It means that this thing is going to have that little bit of extra accuracy. I'm really happy with this. I really am happy with it. I'm going to have to find a way to carry it because I don't trust my universal holster not to drop the mags out. So it may be that either you can shave a little bit off the button, but I don't like doing that. So it may be a Kydex holster to the rescue for this one. But I love this thing. It's so cool. It really is something a little bit unusual. And I think it's going to be a love or hate thing. Some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate the look of it. But if you can get over the way it looks, and I certainly can, I like the way it looks, but if it's not your cup of tea, give it a try anyway. If you go to field, see somebody using one, ask them for a go, because I think you'll be surprised at how good they are. This thing is cool, and it's going to be one of my new favourites. My current favourite is my VFC HK45 CT. I love that thing, but this is right up there with it. It's really cool. I really like it, and it's going to be a firm favourite. So that's it, guys. That was the AA-01 from Action Army, the Assassin. And it is cool. I like it. It's a really nice gun, and I recommend it for the price. This thing's dirt cheap, by the way. It's actually around £100, maybe even a little bit under. It is extremely cheap for a gas blowback gun of this quality, I personally think. Magazines are ranging between sort of £25 to £35, depending on how available they are. I would say the best bet is either Tokyo Marui. I have heard that other Glock 17 magazines work. I've got a old KSC Glock 17 that doesn't fit, but I believe people have said that the Wii Glock 17s could possibly fit as well, because they are a TM copy. So just be aware of that. If it's a TM copy or a TM, it stands a chance it will probably fit, but you need to try that out for yourself. So if you buy 100 mags and then complain to me that none of them fit, don't blame me. Okay guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we have some more videos coming up soon. It's been a bit slow lately, and I can only apologise for that. I have set up Patreon, so feel free to go and check that out. The reason I've done that is I want to support the channel. I want to keep it giving honest reviews. I don't want people coming in and telling me what I've got to say. I want to tell you exactly what I think of it. Now, I may be full of rubbish and it might all be wrong, but it's my opinion. I'm not paid or coerced into saying anything I don't want to. I'll say what the hell I like about any product. So stick with me on that one. But if you want to support the channel, guys, it's your channel at the end of the day. If you feel you can afford to, or you feel you want to support the channel, no pressure by any means, as if I could put anyone. No pressure, you know. If you want to support the channel, the option's there. If you don't, then the content's just going to keep coming, and we're going to keep going. So hopefully my girlfriend's sorting out a logo as well, which looks pretty cool for the channel. I think we deserve one now after we've passed 2,000, well surpassed 2,000 subscribers. And all I can say is thanks to you guys. It's fantastic. I love it, and I love reading your comments, so keep them coming. And I'll see you again soon, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.